Hello and welcome to episode 49 of the Made in the Year podcast. My name is Fie and guess what? It's raining again. Maybe this should be the weather report podcast rather than the knitting podcast because I always seem to give you an update on the weather. But yeah, it's raining. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. It's not as intense as it was. I got woken up at 6 a.m. this morning because it's Thursday, so it's rubbish collection day. And as I live in a block of flats, we do have a large rubbish area. They call it an environmental station because the place where we keep all the rubbish is just not a good word or a name for the place apparently. So yeah, my window is facing the environmental station and I sleep with my window cracked open, so at 6 a.m. every Thursday I get to listen to the rubbish collection. It's loud. I always wake up from it, and today I got the joy of that, and I have a downpour that kept me from going back to sleep, so yay! Anyway, that's the weather report over and done with. Let's go back to knitting, should we? I have an FO. Well, no, I have two, but let's start with the one I'm wearing, because that's probably the one you're curious about. And it's the Konfetti tunic by Hanne Falkenberg. I confused myself there for a moment. Right. It's a kit. You can only buy her patterns as kits. They're not hugely expensive. I mean, they're not cheap, but you do get a lot of yarn. Even if you need only the smallest size, you always get yarn that covers the entire size range. Which is also why she does these tiny scrap patterns. There's one for a scarf in my pattern. Anyway, I wanted it to be a bit longer. I've knit up every single meter of this, and I got something a bit longer than a tunic. Would I call it dress length? I don't know. I would probably be comfortable. I am wearing it as a dress. I don't have anything on underneath. So let me just stand up and yeah, as you can see, it is longer than a tunic. As I said, I used up every last piece of this, so that's it's a cotton wool mix. It's her own mix. Let's see, am I centered now? I shouldn't have moved around. It's her own yarn, and there's 5 skeins of the light grey and 1 skein of the blue. Yeah, and they come in 50-gram put-ups, so it's a nice, really lightweight dress. I finished it this week, so I only just washed it, and it does have a tiny bit of a prickle factor that might go out with further washing, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just, if I stop and think about it, yeah, I do feel a bit of a prickle factor, but we shall see how it wears. So that's my first FO. My second FO is probably the one you'd guessed, and it's not completely dry yet. The reason it's not completely dry yet is that it's doubled. This is the Iron Gate, and I want to say that she's Johanna, but I'm not actually sure. as I said, it is still a bit wet, but let me just... So sheepy. But yeah, there you have it. Nice and warm because it's double fabric. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And this technique with the intorsion around, genius, and so simple that when I started doing it, well, when I first read it, I was like, will this really work? And then I started doing it, and yeah, it totally works. It's completely easy, and I was never once in doubt after doing it just a couple of times. And yeah, I think it's a really nice result. Do you have to knit this double? No, not really. You do have, of course the lacy part would then be open. But if you're aiming for something that isn't completely solid, then yeah, why not? Let me just show you. Did I mention the pattern is iron gate? It also has a pullover version called wrought iron, which I'm really lovely with, and I think I'm going to have to knit it. I just have to figure out my colours. This is made out of leftover scraps from my morning mist top. It's this is charcoal. It's Eden College yarns, Berlin DK, all of it. This is charcoal, hyssop, and steel. And as you can see, it's fully reversible. It is a bit of a bucket hat, in the sense that it is a bit slouchy on me. It does feel a bit weird having the double, because they're not, other than the rib, they're not connected, so yeah, I don't know. And I feel like maybe the inside is a bit bigger, there we go, than the outside, which is very TARDIS. But that might just be down to how the decreases, or I'm pretty sure it's down to how the decreases were made. That if they were made more evenly or less sudden, then it would have been a much more perfect fit with the inside. As it is, I don't really mind. It's fine by me either way. As you can see or tell, this is a slightly less sudden increase than this sudden decrease on this. So yeah, don't think I missed anything out, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, all of them look like this. But just to say that, yeah, to me the inside could have been slightly, you know, could have been slightly smaller. But again, it'll keep me nice and toasty warm this winter. I still have to figure out, do I want the lace part in the middle of my head? Do I want it... My preference has been to put it off to the side a bit, not completely, but like off-centered a bit. I don't know. Is this cute? I think it's cute. Luckily I have no more effort, so I won't be putting on extra clothes. So let's go back to what's on my needles. And the first one, I will admit, didn't get a lot of love. Most of my love went into the confetti, because I just wanted to get it done. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. Last week I showed you this This is the Ivory blouse by Helga Isager from the Artisan book. I was about halfway through the ribbing last time, and now I've started the reverse stockinette. This is the back. I have the front piece somewhere. And it's slow going because it's 3mm needles. It's going to have to fit me. I have to knit, I think, 114 rows now, just of stockinette, and that's quite boring. But it's my aim this week to get at least halfway through that, like 57 rows. It's doable. And I already have, let's just see, I have a marker here, so I can check how many rows I've knit. And right now I've knit 4 rows. Yeah, 4 rows, so piece of cake. But yeah, it will get done eventually. It'll be really nice when it does get done. The yarn is Isager bomull, which I got on sale, so I have a lot of skeins of this. I have more than I need, which isn't saying a lot, but I have more than I need. The front took 2 skeins and a bit. This is the first skein of the back. So I'm thinking this will take another 2 skeins and a bit, so that's at most 5 skeins. I think I have I have 9 skeins, I think. Do I have more? I think I have at least 9 skeins. I bought everything they had in this colour because it was a going out of business sale. And the sleeves can't take more than 1 skein each, I'm thinking, so that's 7 skeins, so yeah, plenty of leftovers. Which is good because I love this colour. I'm liking the yarn too. I don't know what it'll be like to wear it and wash it up, or wash it. It is a bit stiff, or not stiff, but it is a mercerized cotton, so it is a bit not soft. Let's just say not soft. Well, it is soft, but it's a tightly spun yarn. But then again, it'll be nice. I'm sure it'll be nice to wear. It's just not merino soft. Speaking of things that are soft, if you follow me on Instagram, you might yesterday have seen that I started 3 new projects. I know. I now only finished 2, but it's not like I have a lot of things on the needles. I'm only actively working on 1, and now another 3. And well, you would be fair to say that I'm not that actively working on this. Sorry about that. I'm just going to put it down there. Oh, hope I didn't kick you. So what am I working on? Well, I have gone baby knit mad. Last week I showed you that I'm a little distracted wearing a hat during the summer, and it is the winter behind you is open a bit, so I do apologize if you can't hear the rain because of that. I'm hoping it's not too distracting. Do tell me if it is. It's just it's a bit humid, so it felt really stifling in here. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, last week I showed you I bought all the Aveta. I bought enough for 5 projects. Yeah, because I have 2 big lots left. And I showed you some patterns. Well, I'm not only baby knits mad, I'm Petitknit mad, because I cast on for the little sister's romper. There is a little brother's romper, which is knit out of heavier yarn, but for myself and therefore for babies, I like thinner yarns. It's more about the layers than the bulkiness. And a romper really is a layering piece, so it's little sister's romper. I'm knitting the 6 to 12 month size out of this mint green yarn. And on the camera screen right now, it's like almost glowing neon bright. It is a mint color. I noticed when uploading the file that the actual color on my computer screen was more accurate, so there is that. The romper is knit, it's supposed to be knit on 2.75mm needles. No, it's supposed to be on 3mm needles. I'm knitting this on 2.75mm needles. I am knitting the 6 to 12 month size. And it is about that size. Might be slightly... Okay, I'm going to close the window behind you and take off this before I die of heat, because now the rain's starting to come in. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I am knitting the romper. You started from the bottom up, and you have a front piece and a bigger back piece, because of course you need room for a diaper here. I am thinking it's closer to a 6 month size, but really, isn't that around the time where you used a romper? I mean, when I think of rompers like this, I think of really small children, so. It will be buttoned and here down at the gusset, and as you can tell, I've joined it in round. Haven't made a whole lot of progress on it, but really I cast this on yesterday, so yeah. All of these were cast on yesterday, and I did a bit of rotor knitting. Now, rotor knitting is a concept I have from Kirby Webby Yarns. I know it's what she does. She does it too. I think she does X number of rows and then she picks up the next project. I do a lot of knitting while watching podcasts or other programs. So my kind of rotor knitting is, if I watch one show, I do work on one project. If I change to a different show or it's a new episode, if I'm watching something, new project. This does mean that sometimes it's just a 20-minute episode, sometimes it's the Naughty Knitwits and it's almost 2 hours. Yeah, you thought my episode last week was epic? And clearly this won't be as long, because I have nothing to talk about. She said, knowing she was lying. But yeah, I think it's really cute. I love this minty color. I think I'll use white buttons. Baby G is just a concept for now, so I'm going for neutral-ish colors, and I think mint green is adorable on babies, no matter what. I was going to say no matter the size, and I do believe that, but no matter the gender. I need more coffee. I'm taking to drinking cold Vietnamese coffee, and it's so delicious, but I have to wait because I have to wait for it to cool down a bit. It's terrible and I love it. We have no coffee shops here in town, so I have to make do. Anyway, mint babies, either gender or size. And the pattern claims that all the sizes can be knit using, that this size can be knit using just 100 grams. And I have 100 grams. I don't know how much of the 100 grams I'll need, but I do notice that the newborn size also uses 50 grams as well as the next size up. So I'm thinking that maybe, depending on how much of the second skein I'm needing, maybe I could do a newborn and this size. Who knows? We shall see. The second thing I cast on yesterday, keeping with the baby knits, keeping with the Aveta, this time in a peacocky colorway. I think it's described as teal. I think it's more peacocky. Is the Petitknit Willums Sommerselebukser. And this pattern has been updated, so there's now an English version as well. When I bought this and printed it, it only had the Danish and Norwegian versions, but yeah. I'm knitting this in the 12 to 18 month size. And if you notice the pink markings, those are actually, I mark all my printout patterns, circle the size I'll need and throughout the instructions. And I do that with a pilot friction clicker. So just add heat and it'll disappear. If you want the same markings to reappear, you can just freeze it or put it in the fridge or whatever, because the cold makes it reappear. It's magic. I don't know how it happens, but yeah. And again, this is knit bottom up, and look at how cute this is. This is two tiny little legs, because as you can tell, it's got tiny legs. Isn't it adorable? I was so excited when I joined the little legs. I do have to sew up the crotch here, but otherwise it's just knitting the round up, and it's so stinking cute. I want a pair. Actually, I want to put these on a baby. Not my baby, just any baby. So that'll be fun for baby G, having me visit and putting all the knits on him or her all the time. This is a colour I would wear, so that's why I have decided it's a neutral colour. Well, not neutral, but you know, could be worn by either a girl or a boy. So cute. Okay, sorry. Last thing I'm working on, and it's been almost half an hour already. So, last thing I'm working on is the, surprise surprise, Petitknit Cardigan, and I'm doing this in the 1 to 2 year size. I'm pretty sure that's the size I'm doing. I have it marked on the pattern, I just didn't mark the outside, I don't know. I'm knitting this out of, again, Aveta, in this mustardy colorway. It's the 136 colorway. And I don't have a whole lot, but I do have some. Again, bottom up. I think it looks biggish, but big is better than small when it comes to babies, right? or toddlers as it'll be. I don't love knitting this smock stitch here, but I do love the look of it. As I said, it's knit bottom up with added sleeves, so once I've done with this, I get to knit the sleeves and around. And it will have a button band here. Haven't really figured out how to pick up the stitches. I did see someone mention on Ravelry that they had added an extra stitch to form like a slip stitch edge, so it would be easier to pick it up. And I can see how that would be handy. If I knit this again, I might do the same, just because it'll ease picking up the stitches. I don't know if it'll be a problem. I won't know until I pick up the stitches, but yeah. And I'm knitting this on 4mm needles. Again, either a boy or a girl would look really cute in this. And part of my thinking is that these could probably also like go together, maybe. I think they sort of could. So it'll be a matching non-matching set, so my friend could just use it with whatever she wants. So that's why I'm knitting around this. My aim is the 9 to 18 months size range. Like that's what I'm aiming to put everything within. This of course will be slightly bigger, as it's 1 to 2 years. The body will be slightly smaller, as it's 6 to 12 months, I think. Whatever. But yeah, I'm thinking for baby to be able to wear it, and not knowing what season baby will be born in, how big baby will be, I think that's a nice size range for giving baby G a bit of time to wear things. I don't know, maybe baby G will have a small sibling that could wear it. If not, I'm sure someone else will love it. And if not, well, I've had fun knitting it. Baby G will look cute in it as long as he or she can fit into it. And I can't find my remote. Oh, there we are. Right. I have no sewing. I bought the Rosa by Till in the Buttons pattern, and I do want to sew it, but I have to wash the fabric first because I don't think I did. I should check to see if I did. Maybe I did. If it's not neatly folded, there's a good chance I did. But yeah, need to wash that first if I haven't. So that's a bit of what has stopped me. Also need to print the pattern and tape it all together. So that's, yeah. And I just feel like knitting. I think it helps that it hasn't been a really warm summer. So it's not like I'm sitting there going, ugh, I don't want to touch any yarn. So yeah. Right. I think that's it. Can't think of anything else. I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you again Thursday. I hope the weather's better with you. Bye.